Hello, Bricksters and Lego friends. Well, I don't know what to say. I am amazed by this new set coming out. The new UCS Millennium Falcon, due out on October 1st, 2017. Well, let's get right into my thoughts on this set. When I first clicked into the Lego Shop at Home page and saw this, I got really excited. Then the price tag hit me dead in the face. $899.99 Canadian. Good Lord, that's like almost a mortgage payment or 2 months payment that I would pay for my truck. It's crazy. I mean, the original UCS Millennium Falcon was $799.99 Canadian, $699.99 US. This one is $799.99 US and $899.99 Canadian. Now, you can't say it has to do with exchange rates, that $100 difference, because I have just checked seconds ago on the exchange rate, and $799.99 is not $899. It is this, 996.58 cents Canadian. That's the current exchange rate. So, actually, the Canadian price on this Falcon at Lego Shop at Home is better than the American price. Now, where you really want to get confusing is sales tax. Yeah, that good old sales tax. Our sales tax is 15%. So you add on 15% to $899.99, it whacks it up to a price of $1,034 and some odd cents. So $1,035, we'll say. Okay, let's just go back a little bit. If I was to go down to the US and purchase this at $799.99 and pay 8% sales tax, that's be the closest state to mine, it actually comes out to roughly be $864. Quite a bit of difference. Now you put that into the currency converter and you'll see it's $1,077.44. A difference of almost $40 more. So, I would say if you have friends in Canada, get your friends in Canada to order it because it's going to be cheaper for them to order it and send it to you. Okay? That's with the exchange rate and the sales tax of 8%. That price tag is very, very hefty. Now I'm just going to go back and talk about the original UCS Millennium Falcon price for just a second here. Back when I purchased it in 2010, I called Lego Shop at Home because I was interested in purchasing one. I was going down to the States and I asked them, does any of the stores have them? And they say, yes, some of the stores have them. And there's like a couple thousand of them left in the warehouse. Don't worry, we're not going to sell them at the price tag that they are right now. The girl said they'll be sitting here for a while. But she said, when it comes closer to your trip down, call the store. They'll have one brought in for you, and you can purchase it then. I thought, fantastic, because I really wanted it, and I did save up the full amount of money. However, May the 4th came out that year, the first year they had it, and it was on sale. So, I got a better deal after all. And they were sold out that day. Why were they sold out? Because it was on sale. That's the main reason it was sold out. Otherwise, they'd probably still be sitting in that warehouse because of the price. And that customer service agent actually agreed with me. So, what I'm saying here is this price of $899.99 is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It is certainly not the plastic. The plastic is not worth that much. It must be the licensing fee and all that from Disney and Lego and all that kind of business, because the plastic itself is certainly not worth $900 or $1,000, we'll say. I met a man a few years ago that owned a plastic molding business in the US. He actually was retired and handed it down to his son, and he knew that I was into Lego because we were discussing it, and he told me the average, $25 set of Lego cost mere pennies to mold in plastic. And he's been in the manufacturing of plastics and that molding for years and years and years, he said. So he should know what he's talking about. Okay, so as we can see here, this is kind of neat. It does come with the older minifigures and the newer minifigures, as well as the old radar dish and the new radar dish from the two separate eras of the movies. That's quite unique. That's great. I like that. So this is, one of their unique features, as they're saying. And also, you'll see the design of the Falcon itself has changed in some places. And I'll point it out to you as I go through these pictures that they have from their site. Some of these design changes I like, and some of them I don't. Now, this is only my opinion, okay? So, don't crap on me because of it. This is just my opinion, and I just want to put it out there. Okay, now looking at this Falcon, we can see there's a lot of snot technique, which stands for studs not on top, and you can clearly see it more in this picture here, up around where it goes towards the cockpit. They used a lot of smooth, round surface pieces. They did that around the docking bays and around the engine vents as well. That to me kind of like, I don't know. I just don't care for it. There's not enough of that. If they were going to do it, they should have either all snot or all studs, like the old one. I prefer the old one better, even though it looks clunky and chunky. There's something about it that it looks more original than this. The docking bay just looks too small on this compared to the other old original one. The round is nice. However, it just looks out of place on this for some reason. Especially up around the flat going up around toward the cockpit there. I'm just not liking that idea at all. And also up around the front, the two holes in the front there on each side, you can see that the black dots basically. They say they're designed to be more accurate, but there's just something about it that just gets me. I just don't like it. The cockpit is a new molded piece and a new molded piece front with print. That looks cool. That looks well on this set. The original piece did not have like a cover on the top half of the cockpit. But then again, that was the original one, and that's what I like. Would I like the cover on the cockpit? Sure. I think it would be nice. The front here, as you can see, the two parts that stick out in the front here with the two red dots on the front. If you remember, the old one had it had a clear circular piece on the front, and I don't know. I just liked it better. Let me see what else I can pick apart on this. Not that I'm really picking it apart, because I want to give some good criticism on this too. They've added a lot of extra stuff here. On the side, right there, the docking bay, you can see it. The new cockpit, you can see it. Inside, we'll get to that in a minute. That looks pretty neat as well, because you have the compartment here where they're in the engineering compartment, I guess it is, where they're playing the 3D holographic chess game in when Chewie was playing that with R2-D2 in the original movie. That was a classic scene that is built into this set as well. That's nice. The hallway going down there, where you see in this picture, you have BB-8. There is a flat flat square brick in behind there with a printed design on it that will give you a three-dimensional look of the hallway to make it to give it the dimension to make you think that it's going further than it actually is. So there's just a couple compartments. There's this one, and there's another one up front here, and this one is another. Well, actually, this is the engineering department, because it's backed by the engine bay. So that was like the crew quarters or whatever up front. So I take that back. I made that mistake. And now also you'll see the engine vents up there, where they used a 2x1 tile that split open, or a black grill, as opposed to the black round radar dish they had in the original UCS Falcon. And then they use like the bigger macaroni pieces in the old one. This one is like a quarter circle round flat tile piece. So that's it's a nice clean looking design. Do the engine fans really look like that? Maybe they do in the newer version. The older one, I don't know, because I personally think that the older radar dish looks much more unique in there. But hey, who am I to say? They said back in the original UCS Falcon that it was tried to be matched up as closely as possible with the original, Millennium Falcon from the movies. And once again, they're doing the same, but it has kind of moved on and progressed to the newer version of the Millennium Falcon in the newer movies. So, it's a double-ended playset here from two movies. So you got to have some give and take in this. So there will be design changes. There will be changes on the interior and stuff like that. 2 little compartments to play with inside. But really, for a $900 or $1,000 set, are you wanting to really play with this set? It is more of a collector's and display piece. The question is, will it also have problems clutching together and falling apart like the original one did? There was some parts, the way it was designed, that the bottom would fall off sometimes, and just with the hinges and that, you had to be very, very careful in handling it. It is not a swooshable type of model. And swooshable, I mean playable type of model. It's a collector's dream, yes. So if you really have your heart set on buying this because you missed the first one, and the first one you can't get, and if you can get it, you're going to pay through the nose big time for it. Let me tell you, because, on Bricklink, it is like major expensive. I think like a brand new one that was in a box, it was for sale somewhere in Italy a couple years ago. They were asking like $16,000 for it. Did they get it? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, maybe it's worth it. I have the old one, so I will not be purchasing this one. I'm just happy with one of them. On the plus side, for AFOLs like myself that build a lot of stuff, this thing would be a heck of a set for parts and to build other things with. I mean, look at the fact, 7,541 pieces. That's a lot of parts. Anyway, it's going to be mostly gray, and I certainly hope they numbered the bags in this one, because they did not do that in the first Millennium Falcon. There was 20 or 30 or 40 bags. It was something crazy, and there was nothing numbered. There was nothing sorted. You had to sort them all out. It took me 10 days to get everything just sorted out in between work and everything else before I could even start the darn thing. So I really, really hope that for builders' sake this time around, that they got it right and numbered the bags and went in sequence, because it makes life a lot easier when you got a big set of something like this, because you'll just lose your marbles trying to do something like this, and there'll be Lego pieces all over the floor, and guaranteed you will lose one. I certainly did when I was building that other one, but I did find it, and I was able to get those pieces back into the build. It is easy to lose them when you have that many trays and parts and everything else going on, so let's just hope that they bagged them. Anyway, this has been my 2 cents worth on this new UCS Millennium Falcon set for 2017. It's due out October 1st, 2017. So keep on dreaming about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.